Today, a small roadway work group will be driving down high spikes and tightening anchors along a double-track subdivision. Because the work will not render the track impassable, and because it is being done on non-controlled track on which several trains are expected during the day, working limits such as exclusive track occupancy, foul time, and inaccessible track cannot be used. Train approach warning is also not an option because the group will be spread out too far from each other to guarantee adequate warning. Therefore, the employee in charge will be using informational lineups for on-track safety. Informational lineups establishes on-track safety by determining the earliest time a train can pass a known location on a segment of track, enabling the roadway work group to work on that track between the time one train has passed and the time the next train is expected. Informational lineups can only be issued by one train dispatcher and is only recommended when working limits on controlled or non-controlled track is not practical or available. Before the job briefing, the employee in charge contacts the train dispatcher for that subdivision and gets the daily lineup for all trains. Once the list is issued, the train dispatcher cannot release the train any earlier than the times given. Also, railroads using informational lineups must include provisions to protect those roadway workers using it as on-track safety. Using the times at which the trains are scheduled to be released and the maximum track speed from the timetable, the employee in charge calculates when trains are expected at the station ahead of the work site.
Will not leave the Queen until 1500 hours.
Therefore, to use informational lineups safely and efficiently, the employee in charge must be familiar with the territory they're working on,
Until 1530 hours, over.
Such as the location and sequence of the stations, the distance separating them, and posted track speeds. During the job briefing, the employee in charge explains how informational lineups works and gives the roadway work group the times the trains are expected and the approximate duration of the work blocks they will have.
North would be the next train by. Just talked to the dispatcher and I've been working on the different train location today.
The railroad does not permit trains to leave the terminal earlier than the time given on the informational lineup. So during the day, the roadway work group is able to work up until 10 minutes before each approaching train is expected to arrive at the station ahead of the work site, at which time they all clear the track, wait for the train to pass, then resume their work. If the train dispatcher wants to run a train that was not listed on the informational lineup issued for that shift, the train dispatcher must first contact all of the employees in charge to whom that list has been issued before releasing the train.
As soon as possible, they're on the law in 10 minutes.
In turn, those employees in charge must confirm that they have been notified and that they have canceled their informational lineup. Once an informational lineup is canceled, work cannot resume until an alternative form of protection can be arranged or a new lineup issued.